There we're live. We're live.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show on the 16th of April. The weather is, as Nike said, it's schizophrenic. Maybe that's a bit, I don't know if we're being rude to people with mental health, but yesterday we nearly had 4 seasons in one day. So the weather is pretty...
We've had 2 seasons today already.
Well, there you go. See? So... just to let everybody know, whoever's watching us, tell us you're here. I'm at the helm here today. I'm doing all of the buttons. So I might lose people. I might not lose people. I might just leave them all on the screen. I just don't even know what's going to happen. So we're just going to go with it. Just going with it today. It's my first time. So I'm hosting today with Nike. How you doing?
Hello. I'm very excited in a childlike kind of way. I can't imagine why that is. No, sincerely, I am very excited. I'm very interested to hear the information and stories that our guests are going to be sharing today.
Wonderful. Good. So we're going to go straight into it then. So we have got Ash and we've got Yasmin here today. And they are actually, I won't say where you're from. You tell us.
Yeah,
what you're here to talk about. Tell us a bit about your organisation and what you do.
So we are part of Women and Girls Cricket Club, which we set up a couple of years ago, just to get women and girls involved into cricket. Yasmin is the club captain, and from day one, we've just gone from strength to strength, really. We've got a women's first 11 now, an under 13 squad, an under 15 squad. We run the All Stars and Dynamos section. We've just formed a development squad as well. We've even pushed women and girls into high-profile elite cricket now as well, i.e. counties and organisations. So there's plenty of pathways if people want to take it serious. Also, it's there for people who just want to come along and have fun as well. Social aspect in that as well.
So we've created something within the community that allows to have opportunities for all women, no matter where you come from. So it's something that we really embrace is diversity and sort of looking at that side of things as well.
Oh, interesting.
I was just going to say, why did you do it? Why did you set it up?
Yeah, same.
What was the thought process?
It was a lot of cricket is kind of, it's always been, the women's game has been developed for a while now, and I just felt that there was, just driving past parks and even speaking to my daughter saying that she wanted to play cricket, it was just that thought process that why don't I start something like this and give people that opportunity, and it's been a blessing.
And as Ash has mentioned previously, most cricket is predominantly about male cricket and what men do. But the opportunities for women are quite limited, and Ash's club, our club, is the only, I think, in Bedfordshire that is only for women and women only. So it in the culture and where we are in Luton, I think that's a fantastic opportunity in itself.
I was going to ask, because as you were speaking there, and I know they're completely different games with the majority. Well, I see it as a mixed demographic. You might be able to correct me, but I was looking at the parallels between that and the female football, because a few years ago, female football was just seen as the poor relation to the Premier League, but now it's getting its own showing, etc., on the TV. Do you see female cricket going that way?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. I mean, with the football, you've got like the WSL now, which has been very, very good. I think football has come it's getting there to where it needs to be now. Also, where we are based, we're lucky enough to have a partnership with Luton Town Ladies Football Club. So
Okay.
that partnership has just become, so you got the cricket and the football working together now as well, and that's with the chairman Mark as well, and that's been brilliant. So it's just where you've got footballers who are coming into the cricket molds, and then you've got is going into the football molders. So it's a wonderful partnership that has been formed.
Wow, that's amazing. Because that was going to be my next question, was about the affiliation, but I would never have thought football and cricket going together in that sense.
Yeah,
So
we've also got an affiliation with Boxing Saves Lives as well now. So he's come on board. He's helping us, and likewise we're helping him as well. Where I know they're doing a session on Saturdays for women only boxing at Lucy, which a few of my players have started attending now as well. So again, it's given them that healthy life as well, fit and stuff like that. It's not just cricket; it's that community effect as well, which is good.
Oh,
What
I
you
thought
gonna
you were
ask?
going to say
No, go on. Go on.
No, I was just going to say I do really love the idea of the community feel, because obviously the more things there are to do in a community that covers a great diversity of people, the more flourishing it will be. I think where I was going with that is that where do you see? I mean, where do you actually see your club going, and do you think there's room for branches across Bedfordshire?
The plan is to work with the local schools as well, to run programs in there. We're also looking to work with some disability schools as well, so bring in that element, where at the moment we're in talks with a coach who has disability qualifications as a coach, so she will come on board hopefully in the next few months, and it's just opening up a whole different horizon as well to different things, but yeah, to tackle the schools, also like entering certain leagues and cup competitions, which will be kind of, we're currently in the home counties league, but that covers like Oxfordshire, Buckingham. It covers a really big area, so the team do get to travel a lot as well on that front. So it's expanding that way. But then there's also like next year ECB competitions as well, where they can enter like T20 cup plate competitions and stuff as well. So a lot to happen. A lot to happen.
So what's it like when you go to when you're then going to other areas and you're having matches with other teams that have been established for much longer? What is that like? Are you going in as a newbie? Are you picking up different ways to do things?
I think with me, so I'm originally from London, so I've played all my cricket in London.
Okay.
So just the experience from myself playing and being brought up in a cricket environment, I had a opportunity last season, was, do I throw these women and girls into hardball cricket, into a league? It was, and I took that and I thought, right, I'm just going to throw them in, and finished third in the league. But with the first,
where were you in the league? Third in the league.
Yeah,
we finished third in the league. Yeah,
excellent.
and the team won the Bedfordshire softball league last season as well. So this is where their real first season of like real cricket, and they finished third in the Super 8s league as well. So they kind of raised the bar and the level, but they did it themselves. It was, I just threw them in there, and I thought, you'll learn being in that situation. So it was to me, it was a risk, but it was a risk that paid off amazingly.
Fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant.
And speaking on behalf of the team, so as a player and as a team, obviously our first year and when we first started to play these matches, the experience was a bit daunting for us, not ever being in a situation like that. And over time and throughout the years and the months, the other teams actually said to us, like, wow, you've come such a long way and your progression has been amazing. And that's just because we've been as a unit and going through these experiences together as a team, which has been really helpful.
Yeah. Sorry, I was going to just say that kind of leads on to the question that I was going to ask, that what do you see as the benefits of girls, in particular girls who are still just developing, joining? What do you think they would gain from it?
I think with all the young girls that we're getting at the moment, it's more about that confidence level and that understanding. They don't really know what cricket is about till they come to these sessions that sort of Ash and Donna are offering. And once they do come into this session, they realise cricket is a lot bigger than they expected it to be, because they're just watching it on TV. They're not really understanding what it's about. And then when they're getting into it and enjoying it, their confidence comes out, they develop new skills. So as a whole, it's starting off initially and taking that step into it and different.
Yeah.
Do girls watch cricket? And the reason I ask that is when my dad used to play cricket. So when I was much, much, much younger, I would go with him. I don't know whether I went because I wanted to or whether I went because I was told I had to go, but I would go and I would watch cricket. Are girls doing that? You know, with their dads or their cousins or whatever? Are they going and watching?
Yeah, they are. They are. We're lucky enough as a club we've actually been tickets to watch the England T20 games against Pakistan coming up later next month. So
wow,
we'll be going to Eastern, Northants. So it's giving them that experience of actually watching the highest level, but at Star Stadium as well. That's one thing, and we do like on the term of we get them to watch a lot of cricket in the clubhouse as well. So if it's raining or something, we'll tell them to just go watch a certain game or a certain player, where they can enhance their skill even more.
Fantastic. That's brilliant.
I know.
Anybody out there who's watching, if you've got any questions for Ash or Yasmin, please just put them in the chat and we'll be able to ask them. Nikkei?
No, I was going to say that's really interesting, especially your question, because going back to what Yasmin was saying, that obviously when the girls come in, they don't know what cricket is. And I remember as a young girl, many moons ago, I used to watch the cricket, but I never had a clue what was going on. And obviously the commentary and stuff was not nearly as good, well, in my personal opinion, as it is today. And so eventually I used to get bored. And then one day my older brother actually sat down and explained to me what the purpose of it was. And it just took on a completely different shine. And that was just for somebody who was just, to me, it was just something that was happened to be on television. So for those girls to show up without any knowledge, I think that's absolutely amazing. And I think it's something that could be used to encourage other people, youngsters.
Do they do cricket in schools?
They
in the public schools, they probably do.
Last year, I was running some art clubs in some local schools. That's what I was doing. They predominantly play rounders in school, so it's that's another.
Is that still a thing? That is old. I thought rounders had been long gone by now.
Really?
No, they still play it. They still play it. So it's like I've built a partnership with Leland School as well. So I do some cricket work with them a lot as well. So the school managed to play quite a few games last season as well. But what we're looking to do is bring in like a girls session either after school or in school. That's a discussion we'll look forward to having with at some point.
Okay. And did you pick Leland's, or is that because you knew somebody there that then
both my children go to Leland's, so
okay.
Yeah. So it was probably a little bit easier as well. We book their hall for our winter training as well.
Right.
So we actually use their hall in there as well. So we actually use that very good facility to use for winter training.
So I suppose if you getting into one school is then the beginning, isn't it? Because if you get into one and that goes really well, it then becomes slightly easier to then get into other schools.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what's the aim school-wise? What do you think you need to be able to go from that into that next one?
It's just a matter of approaching the school and saying this is what we offer. I mean, I'll look to target more of the primary schools.
Okay.
Just so, working a lot more with the youngsters, because that will feed for sustainability as well, in the long run. And but it's because some of these schools don't have very big halls and that, so it's kind of more it becomes a summer program where you do it club or school club, because their outdoor facilities are a lot bigger and spacious, so we have to look at the safety aspect as well.
But I suppose if you go in with the primary schools and that becomes really successful, those girls, when they go up to secondary school, are going to want to continue that.
Yeah.
Which then means you might then be able to get into the secondary schools.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
See, there's method there. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
How do people find out about you? Where do they need to get this info from?
So we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or is it? I think it's called X now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think most people.
And then obviously the club, the club is based at Lancaster Avenue.
Yes, I've managed to do the banner.
Okay.
So we have on our banner that's going over there now, we've got all your details on there. We've got your Instagram and your email. So Luton Women's and Girls Cricket Club. Okay. And what we will also do is we will also put that on our Facebook page, on our YouTube and everything, so people can then find that info on our page as well. Question that I've got: what do the two of you do outside of this? Have you got other jobs that you do?
Yeah, I work night shifts for Transport for London.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 23 years now, working nights for them in central London.
Right.
I know somebody who does that. Amazing.
Okay. And you find time to fit this in as well?
Yes, I do. Yeah. It's when you have like passion for the game, and you can see people, like when Yasmin first ever turned up, and even my daughter, just all the members. It's like I do it for them because I know they've got passion as well now, and they want to succeed and make the club successful. It becomes a joint effort. It's not just down to me. It's all of them, all the members, and all the people in the background that are helping.
Fantastic. And Yasmin?
So I'm an operations manager for Sainsbury's, so I work full time. I also have a little boy who's 1 year old, and the reason I got into the club is I was actually on maternity leave, and I heard about the cricket club, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to sort of get out, keep active, and I was new to Luton as well, and to make some friends and make some relationships within Luton, and it just grew from there. And even though you have a busy lifestyle, you manage to make time. As Ash said, if you've got a passion for something and you enjoy it, you stick to it and you make time.
And did you have any kind of passion before you started it? And has that
as you touched on before, when I was younger, I used to watch it with my brother, my dad, and I always knew about cricket, but not in depth. And coming to the sessions, I fully understand what cricket was really about. So that's where it sort of developed from.
Okay.
Well, that's amazing. Okay. So do you practice all year round? I've heard you mention winter training.
Yes, we'll practice all year round. Playing the Bedfordshire indoor in the winter as well. So that's another league that runs through the winter. That's indoors. That's about 10 women's teams playing that.
Yeah.
So I think we finished third. Season just finished a couple of weeks ago. We finished third. So, and then obviously we have the winter training, and then obviously we go out. The season kicks off outside. So, I mean, potentially the women actually can end up playing up to 30 in total, which is a lot of cricket. You know, there's cup competitions, home counties league, home counties Super 8s. There's leagues they all playing. The development league is going to start this year for the Bedfordshire Develop League. That's going to start. Then we've got the Bedfordshire Softball League. So there's a lot of cricket.
Busy, yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it. So in terms of accessibility, because obviously you've said it comes across really community-based, what type of how expensive is it to join? Do you have to have your own equipment, or do you have the equipment and stuff like that? You know, like the bats, the balls.
We can supply all of that in regards to the equipment and that. We have like kit bags that are available for people who. It's not a cheap sport. It is quite expensive, the equipment. So we'll cater for what needs someone has. We've just had Missouri take over our merchandise now as well. There's an online store with Missouri now as well, where you can buy like things like your bags and merchant like jackets and stuff like that. But we will look after and make sure everyone is catered for, you know, in any aspect, whether it be bats, pads, balls, anything.
Okay.
So how do you get your funds in? Are you fundraising or anything like that?
So we've got some funding from Sport England, and I think it's the Bedfordshire and the community. We got some funding from them as well. So, and then some funding from Active Luton as well. So that's helped with the equipment and stuff like that. And then to get like the ground ready as well for the season. So things like boundary ropes and wicket mats and pop-up nets and things like that. We use that in the funding.
And then you got your sponsors.
And then we've got the Rotary. They've sponsored us as well. They're our club sponsors now, the Rotary. So it's we're getting a lot of things like that as well.
Right. And so do members pay a monthly fee, or is it pay as you go, or is it?
So there's the membership is for a woman, I think over 8, it's £50 for the season, and under that age it's £30 for the season. That includes
reasonable.
Yeah, that includes like they get a free training top. it includes all your training, all your matches. So we just thought it's a very, very good price for what they're getting as well.
That is actually, to be fair.
But
Yeah.
also we're there. You know, there are people out there who might not be able to afford that. So we'll you know, we want them to be playing cricket as well. So it's just a case of approaching us, and we'll work something out for you.
Fantastic. So do you have a specific base that you use in Luton, for example, when you do your training, or where do you go?
Training we do at Lancaster Avenue.
Oh yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, we do the training's done there in the summer. Obviously in the winter we're at Leland's. So training and home games are all at Lancaster Avenue. So we're usually the outdoor training, which started last week, we're there Friday evenings from around 6 p.m. onwards. So the youngsters come from 6 p.m. and then the adults, they'll come like halfway through, and then we've got to split it. Some will go in the nets, and you know, there's plenty. Yas also an ECB coach now as well. So we've got, again, where she's developed from day one, also, you know, just as a player, but also now the club captain and also like an ECB coach. So she's going along that path as well, you know.
So where do you see yourself, Yasmin, further down the line? Now that you've developed and you're a coach and everything, where do you see yourself going?
That's a very, very good question. At the moment, it's just all about cricket and sort of developing others and developing myself. I haven't actually got any definite plans of what I want to do yet. It's just enjoying the sport for the time being, I think.
Okay. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see who you may be coaching further down the line.
Cecile, is there a hint there?
Well, you just never know. But that's the thing, isn't it? Because people start with something that they then enjoy, and then they start to develop, and then you get one coaching qualification, and then you might get another one, and who knows? Who knows where you're going to go?
Is that the two of you offering to join the club then and allowing?
No.
Sincerely, I'm all clubbed out because I'm a taekwondo practitioner, and it takes it. I mean, I could go 4 nights a week, but I tend to go twice. But there is a lot, so which is why I asked some of the questions that I did. But if you did like just occasional drop-in sessions and stuff like that, I would definitely be interested, if only because people sometimes ask me, what do you think I should do? And I said, and don't tell me taekwondo because I don't want to know. So now that I've spoken to you, I can say, well, you might want to try cricket.
Yes.
Because the one thing I do believe, especially, I mean, obviously for girls stuff, they might have particular aspirations in all areas of life, but I think eventually it's always good to be part of something. And sometimes people just don't know. Like you said, you just stumble. You found it when you were on maternity leave and you loved it. So I do think it is a good thing to know. So I will definitely be putting the word out.
I think I'm far too old to be doing that now.
No, there's no such thing as old.
Nikki, that wasn't a response. I'm far too old. But I will also share all that information with other people because actually I think it's brilliant and something really good for the girls and
I think so.
Adult women as well to be joining in. Not just the men doing theirs.
That is community as well, because obviously growing up, I kind of see there's a comment there. Cricket has been a bit of an OKR sport, and so that's just how I saw it, and I found that it was on the curriculum of suppose we say private schools now, but in those days they used to, for some reason, they were called public schools. You know, like the Eatons, the Harrows, the like that school in Harpenden.
Yeah, they do it.
Jacket. All of those things there.
So we've got a comment here. So this will be my second year playing for LWGCC, and I have been given the opportunity to play for the National Asian Cricket Council, and this wouldn't have been possible without Ash and Donna. Fantastic.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
You see, that's what you like, isn't it? That's really good. Well done.
And has that come about because they want to play for the Asian Cricket Council, or have you seen something in them and then recommended them?
Yeah, that's it. It's basically seen something in them, and you know, where I contact the people and say, look, I'm going to send over these. So we actually got 4 players who are going to go represent the National Asian Cricket Council this summer, and you know, just good luck to them and keep up that hard work. You know, that's what I want to say to them.
So do you get scouts coming to your events? Do you have like you have the football, boxing,
yeah,
or the basketball scouts?
I wouldn't know if there was any, but usually what it is, at say end of each season, we will get like forms sent over to us. So they'll say to myself, do we recommend any player push into the county setup? So we can give names of what they do and whatnot, and then they'll get called for a county trial for Bedfordshire. For example, I sent 3 young ladies last season, and all 3 got into the system, and they'll be representing 2 representing Bedfordshire under 13s, and 1 will be playing for Bedfordshire under 15s this season. So there's that's where they'll trial in September, and then, you know, where they go to a trial day, and that it's just I'll push names forward who I think are, you know.
That's so awesome. Are you sure you won't be going 2 years?
It just sounds. Did you know that there were all of these other different groups and what have you already out there before you set it up? So did you know there was like a cricket club and everything else?
Yeah, I mean, I've known about the county system because my son played in the county, so I knew there wasn't much when my son was playing. There wasn't much there for girls. That's only about the last few seasons, which is fantastic. What's happened there, you know, giving them the opportunity. There's so many pathways and programs now where girls can progress onto higher level cricket and stuff like that. There's a lot out there for them now. The games come on leaps and bounds for the women and girls.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so like I said, we will put all of this information on our Simply Deez page. Anybody out there who is either listening now or going to watch it again on our catch up, let us know. Let us know if you want to get involved. Let us know if you need any information. We can always pass that on to yourselves. And yeah, just keep up the good work, because I think it's absolutely brilliant. The opportunity for girls and women be doing, you know, to be playing a sport that has primarily been a male orientated sport, I think is absolutely brilliant. So yeah, well done. And we will be watching out to see where you go with your coaching, Yasmin. See where you are in 10 years time. Have we got anything else to share today, Nico? Because I don't think we have.
No, not that I can think of.
We've got one more comment. Okay. So teams need strong leaders who can set clear goals, motivate and inspire the team, and establish a positive culture. Ash and Donna have done an amazing job. Yaz is a fantastic role model for captain.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done.
There you
I can
go.
only do a thumbs up. What?
And that is the point, though, isn't it? You do need to have those strong leaders. You do need to have a way of motivating and inspiring the teams. And that's how you get the best out of them. Is that not, is that what you found, Ash? That's how you get the best out.
Yeah, definitely found that. It's just, it's making them, I know how good the players are. It's, they have to believe they're good enough to go out there and perform. And they've proved it, you know, finishing in certain positions in leagues. And you know, they have to, I just want the players to believe that they can go out there and they can do a job. You know, failure is part of the success as well. You know, and that's one thing I do teach a lot, that, you know, there's nothing wrong in failing. You will only get better and better. It's a time process.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, so don't leave us, because we're about to end, but don't leave us. So anybody wants any information, like I said, just come to us. We'll share that with on our Facebook page. And yeah, absolutely inspiring. Really, really inspiring. You guys are going to go far, really are. So that's the end of our show today. I didn't lose anybody. I managed to do Anna,
really well.
and I managed to do the messages as well. But Shelley's back next week, so that's good. I can hand it back. But we will be here as usual next week, 12 o'clock. And yeah, we'll see you then. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. And don't forget to let us know if you watch on the replay.
Yes. Right. See you all.
Bye.